Today, I'm going to show you how some businesses manage to flood TikTok and Instagram and generate millions of views consistently. We're going to see that the key in this video is reposting. First, let's look at the problem with algorithms when it comes to getting millions of views. When a video performs well, reposting it infinitely would, in theory, allow it to keep performing infinitely. Likewise, when a video flops, sometimes it's simply because the algorithm showed it to the wrong audience at the start, even though the video could have generated millions of views. When you publish a video on a platform, the algorithm shows it to a certain audience, maybe 100 or 200 people. If that audience doesn't like the video, it won't perform. However, if the algorithm had initially shown the video to a different audience, the right target audience, the video could have generated millions of views. Therefore, the logical solution would be to repost the video, increasing the chances of breaking through and finding the right audience. But the problem with reposting is that it's duplicate content and algorithms are trained to instantly detect duplicated or recycled content. The result is a shadow ban. On TikTok and Instagram, reposted content gets shadow banned, and the reach becomes almost non-existent on your new reposted publications. So what happens? Most businesses hit a ceiling and it becomes difficult to scale a business without solving this problem technically. As a result, most businesses constantly post on social media, searching for new ideas and creating new videos, which requires a huge amount of operational work. Meanwhile, simply reposting content could save an incredible amount of time, perform much better, and generate much more traffic for a business in a simpler way. So what do platforms analyze first when detecting reposts? The first thing is the video's hash, the unique digital fingerprint of your file. Basically, the hash is your video, its pixels and how they are positioned. Secondly, there are metadata. Metadata is essentially your video's identity card. The hidden data such as the device used, the recording date, the editing software, the device used to export a video, and whether it was recorded directly on an iPhone. It truly acts as your video's identity card. Thirdly, there is compression. The encoding type and bitrate used. The encoding type refers to things like MP4 formatting. Fourth, there is audio, the spectral fingerprint of your soundtrack. Algorithms analyze audio tracks and the frequencies with your videos. Fifth, there are the visual patterns of your video, including movement and color grading. The conclusion is that if you repost the same video once, the algorithm sees it immediately. That's where agencies and businesses work around the system by using video spoofers. A spoofer deeply modifies the video. It changes elements that are completely or almost completely invisible to the naked eye. As a result, every upload becomes 100% unique to the algorithm, making it possible to massively repost the same video and still perform on social media. The solution we're discussing in this video is Metaghost. Metaghost is the most complete video spoofer on the market, used by agencies and other businesses to scale their content. It applies more than 40 complex visual and audio modifications, whereas most spoofers only add zoom effects or contrast adjustments, which are no longer enough to bypass algorithm restrictions today. And it does all of this without any loss in quality. This is another major difference compared to other spoofers that may offer more advanced modifications, but often cause significant quality loss. Naturally, low-quality videos don't appeal to social media users, such as people scrolling through TikTok and Instagram. And because of that quality loss, videos perform worse. It also injects premium metadata. In other words, it rewrites metadata, whereas most spoofers either don't rewrite metadata at all or rewrite it poorly. As a reminder, metadata is your video's identity card. Poor quality metadata often means metadata rewritten by AI without properly breaking AI patterns. Because yes, algorithms today can detect metadata that has been rewritten by artificial intelligence. Additionally, the metadata is rewritten so that it appears as though the video came from an iPhone 17 Pro Max. This is favored by algorithms because a video appearing to come from an iPhone 17 Pro Max implies a higher trust score. Expensive devices tend to increase perceived trustworthiness. For example, a video appearing to come from an iPhone 8 may look more suspicious or automated, because an iPhone 8 is inexpensive and more likely to be used in large-scale automation setups. These elements make videos processed through Metaghost perform much better than videos processed with traditional spoofers. Metaghost is designed to work across all modern platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube Shorts, and other platforms where content distribution matters. It's available on both Mac and Windows, and it also includes a complete API to automate the entire process. If you work with virtual assistants, this can be extremely useful. You simply place your content in a Google Drive folder, and through the API, it can be automatically processed without any manual intervention. This allows you to scale content operations while keeping the workflow simple and efficient. If you'd like to see user reviews, Metaghost currently has nearly 400 users. You can visit the review section of our Metaghost Telegram group, where we've shared customer testimonials and feedback directly from users. The goal is simple. Every video becomes unique to the algorithm, making it possible to repost the same content multiple times without running into the typical issues associated with duplicate uploads. That's the promise of Metaghost. Now I'm going to show you how to spoof a video using Metaghost. We're going to use a video as an example and take a look at the video spoofer. There are two modes available. First, there's simple mode. Simple mode is sufficient for virtually any platform. But I'll also show you advanced mode, where you'll be able to see the modifications being made to the videos and adjust them yourself. Advanced mode is especially useful if you plan to create a large number of reposts. That's because the modification range can be much broader, giving you more variation across your content. Even with simple mode, you can theoretically generate up to 100 reposts. But if you want to repost at scale and maximize content variation, advanced mode is an excellent option. Here you can see all of the modifications for yourself. For this example, we're going to use simple mode. Under Input Video, select the video you want to process. In this example, we're using a video from the Metaghost Crea 2 v2 folder. Click Open. Next, select the folder where the processed video will be saved. In this example, I want the video to appear in the Spoofed Videos folder. We can see that the folder has been selected successfully. You can also process multiple videos at once and send them to different folders. I'm not doing that here, but all you need to do is click Add Input and Output Pair. Batch content refers to the number of output versions you want to generate. For example, I want this video processed twice, so the software will generate two separate versions. iPhone metadata applies iPhone metadata, as explained earlier. Flip every second video is simply the mirror effect. It flips the video horizontally. I won't use it for this example. Then I click Start Processing. As you can see, both videos have been successfully processed. If we zoom in on a screenshot, we can notice slight differences between them. For example, this video appears slightly greener than the other. I'll now show you the final result. As you can see, there is absolutely no visible quality loss. The same goes for the second video as well. There is also a feature for analyzing video similarity and identifying content that may be too closely related. Click Risk Analyzer. Find and select the original video. Then select the spoofed videos you just processed. Next, click Check Copies to view the comparison results. Here we can see that both videos are marked as safe to post. This means the copies are considered sufficiently different from the original video and from each other. You don't have to use the Risk Analyzer, but it can be helpful for double-checking your copies before posting. To optimize reposting, the first step is choosing the right video. Look for content that is already performing well. If a video has proven engagement, creating additional variations of it can help extend its reach and lifespan. However, you can also repost a video that didn't perform well but has strong potential. As I explained earlier, sometimes you've created a video that checks every box and you're convinced it should go viral, but it doesn't. That's not necessarily your fault. Sometimes content simply doesn't get the initial traction it deserves, and reposting can give it another opportunity to be discovered. Once you've chosen the video, run it through Metaghost to generate as many unique versions as you need. My third recommendation concerns posting strategy. I recommend posting across multiple accounts. Because if you repost on the same account, the platform is more likely to show the content to people who have already seen it. When viewers have already watched the video before, they're often less likely to engage with it again. That can reduce watch time and limit the overall performance of the repost. If you repost on the same account, waiting longer between reposts increases the chance that it performs better. That said, the video can still perform on the same account. This recommendation is simply about maximizing your chances. I recommend posting across multiple accounts while ensuring each account has a different IP address and device. This prevents platforms from identifying all of those accounts as belonging to the same operator. Otherwise, platform systems may view that activity as unusual and reduce distribution. This strategy applies across major content platforms including TikTok, Instagram Reels, Reddit, and YouTube Shorts. The core idea is simple. One successful video can create many additional opportunities for reach. A video that generates 1 million views can potentially become part of a much larger campaign, reaching a significantly wider audience over time. In the final chapter of this video, we're going to talk about advanced scaling. For agencies and businesses of any kind, the goal is to maximize content distribution and reach. With Metaghost, it's possible to use automation through the API. Multi-account posting workflows with virtual assistants still require oversight and management, but the API makes the process significantly easier. The API can also be integrated into larger content production workflows, allowing teams to process and publish content more efficiently. Some agencies operate at a very large scale, publishing hundreds of videos per day through structured workflows and automation. If you're interested in Metaghost, you'll find the software link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.